Hi, I'm Zara and I specialise in residential property recruitment across the north of England. Pre-recession, residential conveyancing was a really busy area with lots of recruitment, people moving firms a lot, and it was probably one of the most fast-paced areas of law. Now, since the recession and everything that happened in 2009, people struggling to borrow and get onto the housing market, that's obviously had a knock-on effect on conveyancing. We did see this area sort of decrease in popularity. Over, I'd say, probably the last 2 years, it has really grown again. It's becoming much more buoyant and people are moving around a lot more than they did. With the changes in the panels and panels requiring firms to be CQS accredited, what we've found is that the bigger firms are getting much bigger, particularly the volume firms who are recruiting significantly. The smaller firms seem to be actually shrinking and not really recruiting or offering conveyancing services, mainly, like I said, mainly because of the panels. So that's sort of the overview of the conveyancing market in general. With the firms that are recruiting, they tend to recruit in volume, and what they're really looking for is people who've got that volume experience, people who can handle a caseload autonomously, who can handle a vast range of matters, so not just your freehold sales and purchases, but leasehold properties, shared ownerships, and staircasing agreements, new builds, you name it. Most firms, one of the biggest requirement is to be able to handle in excess of 80 files and really be able to run with that with little support. Being able to use a case management system is really key as well. But more than anything, although firms are recruiting again and although they are looking for people, salaries haven't quite recovered. And so we're finding that a lot of firms are trying to get people to be more flexible with their salary expectations. So you're looking at a conveyancing assistant earning up to about 16,000. A junior fee earner who can handle predominantly freehold and leasehold sales and purchases, but potentially not very much more than that, is up to about 18,000, 19,000. With fee earners at the senior end who can handle in excess of 100 matters autonomously with little support, being really looking at a top end of about 29. The days of being able to dictate how much you earn are unfortunately long gone. However, I do think that they will be coming back. Firms are now really struggling to find candidates who have got the level of experience, who are willing to move for the salaries that they're able to offer. So I foresee them having to really change this and look into salary bandings, start offering more bonuses, make their benefits package a lot better. The firms that are able to really offer the competitive salaries, training progression, opportunity are the bigger firms, the ones that deal with volume conveyancing and are on the majority of the panels. Being working in a volume conveyancing environment isn't necessarily a bad thing. With the market changing and bigger firms becoming bigger and smaller firms dropping off the edge, it very much looks like that's going to be the future of conveyancing, working in a volume, fast-paced, targeted environment. So to be able to get into those sorts of environments at an early stage would actually be beneficial for you. People looking to rejoin the sector shouldn't be put off either. Firms are willing to consider people who've had time out, career breaks, taken the opportunity to stay at home, look into other areas, maybe even work in a different sector of law. They appreciate that the market hasn't been there for a few years, and so the fact that you've actually had to move out isn't a hindrance, as long as you can demonstrate that you will be flexible in your salary and location. In terms of offering part-time hours, firms are starting to become much more flexible with working hours, and they might not be able to accommodate 3 days a week, for instance, but they will be able to accommodate working flexible hours, working through your lunch, potentially even working from home at points. The real key is, like I said, your flexibility and being open to suggestions and not disregarding firms because of perception in the market. A lot of the firms have been through a rough time and have had to let people go, make redundancies, hire and then unfortunately fire. And so the main thing really is to be able to go and meet with them and form your own opinion on what they're able to offer you and whether that's right for you. So I'd always recommend investigating opportunities and not disregarding them on the first look. If you want more information about residential property opportunities or you're looking to expand your team, you can get in touch with me at zararoger@bcllegal.com, or you can call me on 0845 241 0933.